What's going on, guys? It's the G35 channel, and in today's video we're going to be going over the top 5 things that will absolutely break on your G35 coupe. Drop your comments down below. Guess what they're going to be? Let's get straight into today's video. Alright guys, number 1 is going to take us under the hood, and I'm going to go ahead and hit you with that 3-piece right now. So what's going to go wrong is your spark plugs, your coil pack, and your radiator. The radiator already went bad in my car. I replaced it. I've made a video on that. Not terrible at all. Spark plugs, coils, obviously I have to pull a little bit off the top of the engine, but it's not that bad to do yourself. And while you're at it, you can go ahead and check, your clearances, you get your spark plugs right, and it's really not that bad of a replacement. Did you expect that to be number 1? All in all, kind of general maintenance stuff, to be honest with you guys, but you would kind of expect a radiator to last a little bit longer than mine did. Mine kind of started cracking and carrying on around 95,000 miles, but it comes with the territory, guys. This car is 20 years old. Spark plugs, coil packs, mine were replaced at 100,000 miles. Just to be safe, do some good maintenance. So, all in all, okay, I guess. Let's go ahead and get into number 2. For number 2, we're going to be going with the clutch. Obviously, this is if you have a manual car, but every 100,000 miles, expect your clutch to probably be going on its way out. My car, I went ahead, took it down to Shoho Motorsports. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and plug the boys. They are the best in the Southeast for these G cars and these Z cars. They even have new stuff out for the new Z's, and I have to admit, the shop is clean, the people are nice. They just have the most professional people, and I went ahead and went with a lightweight flywheel and a stage 2 clutch upgrade. Honestly, if you have the money to mod this, it would probably be worth it if you're willing for $2,000-$3,000 mod, because the lightweight flywheel changed the whole dynamic of this G35, the way that it revs, the way that the revs drop. The stage 2 clutch is way more engaging. The pedal feel is so much better. They even adjusted out the fluid levels and everything so perfectly with the master. It just lets out perfectly, feels good, and the clutch feels completely changed. Go ahead and budget in, if your car has those higher miles on it, to know that clutch replacement is coming, and it is a big ticket item, but I guarantee you it will go bad. Let's get into number 3. This brings us to the inside for number 3. Guys, that is the window motors and the door lock actuators. On these cars, they are absolute garbage. They be going out all the time. And the door lock actuators, well, if you take your car to Nissan or Infiniti, they're not just going to replace the actuator. They are going to replace the whole assembly. And that can be anywhere from $300 to $800, depending on model year, install cost, and where you are at in the world. So if it does happen, go ahead online. People are able to actually just replace the door lock actuator itself for like $10 or $15. It is a whole day affair. You take the door panel off and all of that. But guys, go ahead and budget that in, because that will go bad. And I don't want to jinx anything, but my window motors, the windows are getting slower and slower and slower, especially the passenger side. And I'm just waiting for it not to roll up one day. Not to jinx anything, but I know it's going to go out soon, and I'm ready for it. Let's get into number 4. Back on the inside, guys, here for number 4. Looking at the manuals especially, really only the manuals, duh. But if you have those early cars without the updated transmission, that first gear and that third gear on cold mornings as the car gets miles on it, it's going to be really hard to shift. My car has got that way, and that is because the synchros are not properly beefed up for the wear and tear. And you literally have to go 1, 2, 3. Like, you are putting it in first gear like that. You could go into second normally, but you are getting it into third. You see what I'm saying? Like, right now it's warm outside, so I can just put it in third, but when it's cold and you're first taking off, sometimes I even have to go from second into first to just take off, because going up and over to first gear won't go. Like right now, it's not going into first, so I have to do that, and that's just part of it. Excuse the squatted truck on the video if it was loud. But 1, 2, and 3, and then 4 and 5 are fine. And that's just when it's especially cold outside or the car has been sitting. That's just the territory for these manual G35 early model years. Now let's get into number 5. You already know for number 5, I had to give the most notorious problem for these G35 350Zs. You name it, it's got a VQ in it. You already know your valve cover gasket, your cam sensor O-ring, and your oil warmer gasket are gonna leak oil. Now, that's the oil leak. These cars do like to burn oil with some miles on them as well. And that's just the territory of things that will break. Obviously, the leaks are fixable. The burning, add oil, guys. It's as simple as that, really. You can add a catch can, try to help with it. But at the end of the day, you're buying a VQ car, you're gonna have some oil problems. My car actually does have minor oil leaks, as much as, you know, this car has only 100,000 on it. It's been babied, does get driven hard occasionally, but that's good for the car. And honestly, guys, it just comes with the territory. I'm not even upset about it. Very small leak, doesn't go into the ground. It was only found when Soho went and did the clutch and flywheel install. So when it starts leaking more, and I notice when I check my oil every week or so that the levels are dipping down a lot, I will go get those gaskets replaced. But for now, it's okay. And a bonus number 6. I bet you didn't see that one coming. That's right, guys. For number 6, things that will break / wear out, it's gonna be your tire wear. As you can see in this picture above, this tire, the inside was showing cords. Now, we already know that the cousin to this car, the 350Z, has that negative camber tire wear problem. But I didn't know personally until I owned a G35 that the problem is shared on the early model years. Now, you can buy camber arms, you can affix that, but stock alignment specs is a slight negative camber. So if you drive the car harder or you have the wrong air, it absolutely will wear faster than just a regular tire on a normal car would. So be on the lookout for that. Go ahead, buy yourself some camber arms if it's that serious. If not, just buy you some cheaper tires like me and just don't worry about it. Replace them when it happens. And that is the 5 things that will absolutely break on your G35 coupe eventually. I promise, it's guaranteed. Did you get it right when you initially commented down below? Let me know. Reply to yourself. Hit that subscribe, hit that like, give me a comment. Tell me some things that I've missed. Tell me a story about your car. And always remember to always stay positive.